Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Fleza. How are we doing today? Um, I will say admittedly this is kind of a sad stream. And it's probably not going to be very long either. I don't think this is going to really take probably even an hour to go through and talk about. This is just a talking stream, gorilla stream. A little talking gorilla stream. Um, but it's kind of explaining what's going on here and why it's happening and just what to expect going forward here on the channel. Because I've kind of hinted at this in the past. Things are not going steady here in the Elf Village. Forest Studio is in a little bit of trouble, and I have to try and fix that. So, and unfortunately, it requires certain things of me that therefore I cannot. Let's turn the music down a little bit. Okay, I think that works. Which is obviously going to impact, me. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me just get into things here. I am going on an indefinite hiatus. That is probably the easiest way to kind of put this. There will be. Well, I'll get into that a little bit. But we're going into on an indefinite hiatus here on the channel. There will be things here and there. Well, I know I just said I was going to go into that a little bit. Why are we doing this? Number one, I am not monetized. I am not endorsed. I am not supplemented by YouTube or by any sort of sponsors or any sort of thing like that. I stream for fun because I want to, and for a while I was trying to prove that I could do it. And I think I did. I think I did prove that I can do it if I had the backing to allow me to stream a lot or all the time. I think I proved to myself more than anybody that I could do it. And that's always been kind of the question: is can I do it, or can I prove to myself that I can do it? And I think I did prove that I could do it. Now I know that basically since the end of last year, maybe it hasn't looked like I can do it because it's been touch and go here and there. Sometimes long periods without a stream or a video. But that's just the way things were kind of playing out for me. So that's kind of the biggest reason. The biggest reason is that it's not profitable, and not that I would object, not that I necessarily mind it not being profitable, but with it not being profitable and not having any sort of backing behind it, I'm left to pull all the weight of Forest Studio on my own. So where am I going? What am I doing here? actually, here in just a couple days, I am starting some additional training here. Now, I think I've mentioned this before. A few months ago, I had some additional Elven Ranger training here, and that occupied me for about a month time in March and April, and that's done. And I was looking to join with companies of Elven Rangers and provide additional security to the Elf Village and such. And I finally found a company that I agree with. I like, I'm willing to work with, at least for now. And that's key, So I am doing additional Elven Ranger duties that I was not previously involved with, which ultimately, is fortunately, I guess it depends really on how you look at it, is going to have me away for long periods of time at a time. And that wouldn't be so bad, but it does leave me with little time to stream, little time to make videos, really any of that kind of stuff. So I guess this is kind of the big thing. I guess 2 through 5 here is kind of all one thing. I just kind of broke it up a little bit, make it a little easier. So basically, I'm not going to have the time or availability to do streams even as frequently as I've been doing it since this turn of the year here. I know that we still have to finish the Knights of the Old Republic playthrough here on the channel, and there's the my brain just blanked. The Jedi Survivor playthrough I want to do here on the channel, and Diablo 4, which I want to do here on the channel. None of those I have the time for right now, because I'll be, again, away from Forest Studios for long periods of time, with little time to stream or make those videos. Now, I'm going to try, the keyword here is try, and when I am back at the Forest Studio here, make some content and try and when I can, and we'll see, and I'll try and get it like edited and such, and maybe there will be videos if I feel like I have the time. Maybe it'll become a stream. So yeah, that's kind of what it's going to be going forward here. So yeah, there's no set return date when this is gonna go back to any sort of normalcy, if that's what you want to call it. It is going to happen that this may be a multi-year hiatus. I hope it doesn't. I hope that perhaps in a year. It's probably not going to be sooner than a year. Probably about this time my hope is that about this time next year, maybe there'll be periods where I'll have the option or the capacity to do like, sorry, ad running on the stream music. That's what I get for going with free, right? It's fine. We'll just pause that for a second. It's possible, like I said, that in a year and a half, maybe, there will be opportunities where if I have a few days off of my ranger duties, I could potentially do like a few streams. I don't know for certain. So I can't make any guarantees with that. So with no set return date, there may be videos or streams on occasion, which I've already mentioned. Being the case, I don't know when or how frequently they'll be. I would like for there to be a little something at least once a month. But again, I can't even guarantee that because I don't know what it's going to be like right now. I wish I had better answers, but I don't. And it sucks. It does suck. Because like I said already, I wanted to do this to prove that I could do it. And with the way things were, it was functional, It's hard, don't get me wrong. But I made it work as best as I could, Am I the best streamer ever? No. I know that. Am I the best VTuber ever? No. Not by a long shot. So it's been a little rough, and not only do I think I've proved to myself that I can kind of do this if I had the support. I think this is probably one of the longest projects that I've stuck with. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I usually get into a project, whether it be writing or streaming, or I get some idea in my head, and it's like, okay, this is the thing that I'm going to do. And I will go hard on that for a while. What that while is, I can't necessarily say because it seems to vary based on what it is. And I'll typically have some success, maybe, in doing whatever that project is, or I'll dive into the project and not realize how big of a scope I've planned it out to be. That's a rough one. How big the scope of that project is, and then I will unfortunately get so burnt out that either really before the project starts or after a while, especially when it gets and starts to feel kind of like a slog. And I'll admit there are times where being a streamer has felt a bit like a slog. And I think that's because, and Mm, I will say even I've kind of fell into this trap of thinking that streaming is really easy. You know, you just turn on the camera, you load up the game, and you play. And you talk as you do it. And don't get me, that's an element of it. Don't get me wrong. But it's also so much more. Especially for me, without any support to back me up, I've had to figure all this out myself. Being a VTuber, I use a program, but I am my artist. You know, I am my rigger and animator and my voice, and I am my own graphics department for all my thumbnails. I am my IT department for all my troubleshooting. I am my I am everything in here on Fuzzy Makes Content. And there's a lot, and like I said, am I the best? No. There are loads of things I know that could be done better, but they aren't, because it's just me. And it makes streaming, because of all these hats that you have to wear. It's a very much like I would say like a entrepreneurial business. You know, where you're the only employee, or I would say yeah, it's very much like an entrepreneurial business, and you have to put in, and you know, in order to get a good product out, you have to put your time, your talent into it, and if you only have a limited amount of that talent, you know. And especially if you only have a limited amount of time, you're not going to come out with a good product. And that's the other thing is with, you know, I was doing, you know, duties at the Elven Warehouse, Elven Range. You know, I was doing some less intense Elven Ranger duties before. And I felt that I had enough time to, you know, kind of devote there, and it worked for a while. It did work for a while, but now we're at a point where I'm going to have even less time available, and I can't work I can't work both jobs at the same time. It's not feasible. So one of them has to be put to the side. And in this case, the one that's not profitable is the one that gets put to the side. Which doesn't make me sad, because I really do like doing this. And I feel like if I had the backing to assist me in areas where I struggle, you know, the graphics department, or upgrading Potato PC, for example, that would make it easier. It would certainly make it easier. But we are not there. And maybe we never will be. So, while this is an indefinite hiatus, it is not the end of the journey. it's not the end of the journey. It's a step forward. And maybe one day, whatever day that is, there will be a time where I can come back and do this. But I don't know when that's going to be. It is the next step in the journey. It is the It is what it is. So I hope that sorry, I'm starting to get a little emotional here. I didn't think it was going to happen. It feels like a graduation stream almost, in a way, because typically you got to put this stuff to the side, you know, if you're going to make these kind of decisions like I'm doing. But it's not that I don't want to put this to the side, but I have to put this to the side. And there's not much I can do about it. So yeah, I'm going to be busy, but I will still be around. If something happens and one day there's not a video from me or any sort of stream or post, I do apologize. That means I'll say if that happens, it means something terrible has happened, and I can't do an official goodbye. I don't want that to be the case. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but if that ends up being the case, then I guess you could consider this to be a graduation stream. I don't know. I hope that if it comes to the point where I finally lose interest in trying to keep this channel going, or it just becomes too much, that I hope that if either of those things kind of come to pass, I make the time to do a proper graduation stream, graduation video. I'm not sure what it would be, but I will do that if the situation comes to that. Whew. No face reveal. We're not doing IRL faces here. Because like I said, this isn't a graduation stream. This is not the end of the journey. This is just a change, a new step, a new direction. And we are not going to do something like that because it's not necessary today. So that is what is going on. That is what this channel will kind of be in the future. Oh gosh, excuse me, my nose itches. That is what is going on. I am starting a more intensive Elven Ranger job. Career. I don't know which one. You want a job, career. Let's call it one of those. And we are, and you know, I'm gonna do well. Hopefully. And hopefully that means that one day I will get the opportunity to come back and do streaming again. With that said, there really isn't any other comment I can make about this. You all have been great, and I thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. If you're stumbling across this channel or just this video and you are waiting for next bit of content from me, I'm sorry about that. Please feel free to partake of my previously made content. I will be around. And I know I already said thank you, but really thank you. It's been a wonderful journey so far. I hope that there can be more in the future. Just differently. And that's what it's going to have to be. So until next time, everybody, my name is Fleza. Thank you again. And everybody, take care. Stay safe. And all that wonderful stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Okay? Bye.